Hello, party people. It is time for another math flipped homework video. And today we're going to switch gears a little bit. Okay, so we've been talking about what in math? What have we been talking about? We've been talking about adding, right? We've been talking about ways to do what kind of math? Mental math, right? We've been practicing our make 10 facts. We've practiced our doubles facts. We've learned how to add 3 numbers. We've learned how to pull out to make a 10 and add the rest, right? We've learned lots of good strategies so that we are, just like you're flexible in gymnastics, we want to be flexible with numbers in our brain, okay? So we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about subtraction today, okay? So we're going to use a similar strategy that we used in addition for counting on. Remember how we counted on? We used a number line. We would start at the larger number and we would count on the rest, okay? So for subtraction, subtraction is not like addition with the commutative property. Who remembers what the commutative property is? Think about it for a second. Commutative, what is it? It means that it doesn't matter the order that we add numbers, right? So subtraction, it does matter. We always have to start with the whole, which in our case is the bigger number. When you start getting older, it may not be the bigger number every time, but for right now in second grade, it's going to be the bigger number, okay? So when we're subtracting, I'm not going to do 3 minus 7. That doesn't make sense, right? Because if I take away 7, it's going to go below 0. We don't want that. So I have to start with 7, which is my bigger number, okay? Let's get started. So our title today is, let's do a lovely orange for our title. We are going to, we are going to count back. Let's do a capital, Miss Hartgrove. Count back to subtract. Count back to subtract and underline it for me. Remember, we're using good handwriting. You're writing everything that I write, right? Y'all have been doing such a good job. I've been so impressed, seriously. When I taught 4th grade, they didn't do as good of a job as y'all have the first week that we did flipped homework. So give yourself a little pat on the back. Great job. All right, here we go. So we need to talk about a couple of vocabulary words, okay? So one of the vocabulary words we're going to talk about is, in our subtraction problem, is the difference. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. There we go. The difference. Does anybody know what the difference is? I think you've learned about it already. What is the difference? The difference is the answer. Do a little arrow. It is the answer to a what kind of problem? A subtraction problem. I'm going to go down here. Subtraction problem. We've learned about another word for an answer, right? What have we learned? Sum, right? Sum is the answer to a what kind of problem? Addition. So an addition answer is a sum. A subtraction answer is a difference, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so if I have 6 Hershey's Kisses and you have 4 Hershey's Kisses, I want to know the difference between ours, right? So how many more do I have than you? So in this case, if I do 6 minus 4, I know that that answer is 2. The difference is 2 Hershey's Kisses. So that's why the answer to subtraction problem is called the difference, all right? So let's start talking about how we count back, all right? We're going to draw a number line. So from pink line to pink line, I actually don't have a pink line on my page on this side, but that's okay. We're going to draw a number line. Do you know why we have arrows on a number line? Because a number line can go on forever and ever and ever in both directions, okay? For literally to infinity in both directions. And we can have negative infinity. We can have positive infinity. You'll learn about negative and positive numbers actually in a couple of weeks whenever we do a little Halloween project, okay? So get excited about that. But right now, we're going to look at a chunk of a number line. We're not going to write our numbers forever and ever to infinity, okay? All we're going to do is look at a chunk. So from right now, we're going to look at a chunk from 0 to 12, okay? Now, when I make a number line, I like to kind of have my numbers spaced out evenly, okay? You won't have to draw number lines too often, but when you do, I want you to know how to do it so that you can see it correctly, okay? So when I draw a number line, I like to draw the halfway point first. So what is halfway between 0 and 12? Put your finger on your brain when you know. 6. The halfway point would be 6, okay? And then I'm going to do the halfway point between 0 and 6. What's that? What's halfway between 0 and 6? What's half of 6? 3. And then what's halfway between 6 and 12? Well, we just learned that half of 6 is 3. So 3 more than 6 would be how much? What's 6 plus 3? 9. Okay. And then we can fill in the other numbers, right? I know 1 and 2 are going to go right here. And then I'll have 4, 5. And then I'll have 7, 8. And then I'll have 10, 11. And look at that. We have an evenly spaced number line. How nice is that? So now we don't have all of our lines super close together, and then we have one over here, and then we have one over here. That would be weird, right? Okay, here we go. So if you have a colored marker or colored pen, why don't you pause the video and go grab it real quick, and I'll wait, okay? And okay, so I'm actually gonna use this beautiful lime green. All right, so let's think if we have the problem, let's talk about 7 minus 3. Oh, that's kind of white. Never mind. We won't use the pretty lime green. We'll use the pretty light blue. 7 minus 3. All right, so when I do 7 minus 3 using a number line to count back, I'm going to start at my bigger number, which is 7. So find 7 on your number line and put a little dot with your colored marker. Okay, put a little dot there. Now I'm going to use my smaller number right here, and I'm going to count back that many times. Are you ready? Let's do our hops. Ready? 1, 2, 3. If I count back 3 hops, what do I get to? 4. That means that 7 minus 3 equals 4. Guys, if you know how to count on, you can count back. It's just the backwards version, right? Let's do another one. What if we have, let's try 8 minus 1. Okay, what's my bigger number? Remember, I always write my bigger number first in a subtraction problem, right? So what's my bigger number? 8. So find 8 and put a little dot on it. Okay, and how much am I going to count back? Only 1, right? I'm going to hop back 1, and what do I get to? 7. I get to the number 7. So 8 minus 1, if I take 1 away from 8, I have 7 left. My difference is 7, okay? Excuse me. Let's do one more. I don't want orange, I want this blue. Okay. Let's do 10 minus 2. Okay, so I'm going to start with my bigger number. I'm going to find it on my number line. Can you find it? Find it and put a little dot on 10 because that's my bigger number. Okay, and I'm going to hop back how many? 2 because that's my smaller number. 1, 2. What did I get to? I hopped all the way back to 8. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 is my difference. Very good. Okay, guys, guess what? That is it today. And on your seesaw assignment, I want to see your hops, okay? If you want to do 3 different colors for the 3 different problems I'm going to give you, that would be so cool, okay? If you want to do 1 color, that's okay too. So on your seesaw, make sure you're showing your strategy. Remember, we're not just writing the answer. That's not what this is about. It's about applying the strategy, okay? All right, my friends, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.